Namaskar and welcome to the program. We begin as always with thought of the day. Every kid is one caring adult away from being a success story. पाश ने कहा है, सबसे खतरनाक है सपनों का मर जाना. सपनों को जीवित रखने के लिए हम सब अपनी कोशिश करते हैं, लेकिन आज हमारे साथ एक ऐसी पर्सनैलिटी स्टूडियो में है जो दूसरों के सपनों को जीवित रखती हैं और कई बार तो उन्हें सपने देती भी हैं. We are delighted to have on our program today Rita Panicker Pinto. Rita ji, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
I was talking about dreams to introduce you, and that's exactly what you do, don't you?
Yes.
And these are with children who we don't even notice most of the time. How did this start?
Well, it's a long story. It began in Mumbai. I was teaching at Tata Institute of Social Sciences.
Right.
And every day in the morning I had to take the trains, the suburban trains, to go to the institute. And at the station and in the compartments, I used to see these kids. And I never knew who they were because they were alone all the time.
And जो बॉम्बे की trains हैं, उनमें तो पूरी जिंदगी चलती है. The local trains, they are famous for that.
बहुत है, क्योंकि बच्चे इतने हैं प्लेटफॉर्म्स में और ट्रेन में. तो मुझे ये लगा कि ये बच्चे कौन है, क्योंकि उनके साथ कोई अडल्ट नहीं थे. तो मैं उनके साथ तो एक दिन मैंने सोचा कि मैं बात करूं. और वो चर्च गेट स्टेशन में था और ये बच्चे थे. तो मैंने उनके पास गए और उनको बुलाया और कहा कि मुझे बात करनी है. जैसे उन्होंने देखा मुझे, वो भागने लगा और मैंने उनके पीछे भागा. तो जब मैंने उनके पीछे भाग रहे तो दूसरे पैसेंजर्स ने सोचा कि मेरा बैग शायद इन्होंने चोरी किया. तो चोर चोर बोल के उनको पकड़ने के लिए सारे दौड़े. तो पुलिस ने पकड़ लिया. तो मैंने कहा कि नहीं, वो चोर नहीं है भाई, मैं उनसे बात करनी थी. तो पुलिस मुझे बहुत डांटा और कहा कि आप एक पब्लिक न्यूसेंस बनाया इधर. हाँ, आप ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, ये एक मेजर रेलवे स्टेशन है. तो मैंने माफ़ी पूछा उनसे, माफ़ी किया और फिर मैं ढूंढा ये लड़का किधर गए. तो आई फाउंड हिम. और फिर
Again at the same station another day or something?
No, the same day. I went looking for him. So तो मैंने उसको मिला. तो ऐसे डरना मत, मैं तो कोई नहीं हूँ, मैं पुलिस नहीं हूँ, कुछ भी नहीं हूँ, मैं सिर्फ आपसे बातचीत करना है. तो फिर उसने बात करना शुरू किया और जब उसने बात किया फिर दूसरे भी बच्चे आ गए और जैसे कहानियाँ मुझे सुना रहे थे. उस समय मुझे मालूम नहीं था कि कितना रियल था और कितना अपना बनाया हुआ इमेजिनेशन था. मगर सारे जो कहानियाँ मैंने सुना वो बॉलीवुड स्क्रिप्ट था. इतने चीज़ें मसाले उसमें डाला था. तो मैं आई वॉज रियली
In what way was it a
जैसे कि कैसे उन्होंने मुंबई पहुंचा, किसने उनको मारा और कैसे उसको है ना बचाया. और that full, like there was a lot of violence and heroism, and I caught this one and this one hit me and I was able to save myself. तो बहुत सारे ऐसे बातें. तो but then I got very interested in their lives.
Right.
And one day maybe he was about 19, 20 years old. This boy, he came, we were at the station, he tapped my husband's shoulder and said, "Brother, do you remember me?"
Okay.
And my husband looked at him and he said,
Your husband, the late Jerry Pinto.
Mr. Jerry Pinto, yes. My husband, Jerry. He then looked at him and said, "Aren't you not Doordarshan?" So he said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Where are you?" He said, "Back to where you picked me up." And Jerry's jaw dropped. And for me, it was the first time I got to know that Jerry had started his career working with street kids.
And he had never shared this with you?
No, he hadn't told me this part of his life, you know. So I said, Jerry, you know this kid? He said, yes. He said, I picked him up when he was 8 years old from Bombay Central. And I took him to this institution. And he was there. And now, about 12 years later, he's back on the street. And that shocked him. But for me, it was more of a social scientist wanting to know why, what could be the reasons. So I asked this young man to come home and to have breakfast with us the following Sunday, and he came. And then he told me his story, and he said that in the institution, he got everything. He got an education, he got a nice bed to sleep, they looked after him. But he said when he was 18 years old, they asked him to leave because he was old enough then to take care of himself. He had a degree, he had a vocational skill, so they helped him to get one room in one of the slums there. But he was completely disillusioned and disappointed, and he was shocked, you know, that from where he had run away as a kid, he's back there. And now that kind of made me to think that what happens to these children? Yeah. So I asked him to does he know of other children? He said, yes, like him, there are others in the city. So every week I used to meet nearly about 15 to 20 of them. They would come home and I started my conversations with them. And I got really interested. And then I decided.
So when you had these conversations, was it for a reason? Were you doing some sort of research or just curiosity?
That's it. I know it was not just. First, it was a curiosity, but then I was kind of interested in their lives, and I thought that, no, I mean, all of them got a high school degree. All of them have a vocational skill. Right. Why are they back on the streets? Can we do something to put, you know, all their talents and their skills together so that they can get out of being on the streets? So they were in the streets when they were kids, and now as a young adult, they're back on the streets. And that was something that was really very tragic. So I then spoke to them, and in my conversations, I found there were carpenters, electricians, painters, there were mechanics. So I said,
so with these kind of skill sets, they were unable to find jobs or employment.
Yeah, they couldn't get a job. Like, you know, it was like a daily wage earners. I mean, you went and you worked somewhere, and then you got some money, but they didn't get it in a factory or perhaps in an automobile.
So there was no permanent job. Really.
There wasn't. There wasn't. It was more of a ad hoc thing, and therefore they were back living on the margins of society. You know. That also in squatters, not in a slum, because you needed to, in Mumbai, if you know Mumbai, you have to pay a lot of money even to get one room. So it was it was a difficult life. So I said that if we
in fact in Mumbai for factory workers, it's the same bed which is then re-rented on a 12-hour or 8-hour basis.
Yes.
So it's very tough for anybody to find work and to find accommodation of any kind. Yeah.
So then I said, how about forming a cooperative and then put all your skills together. I said I will talk to my cooperative society and get you jobs on a daily basis, that you're on the maintenance staff of the housing society. So they loved that. So we started, but that was very ad hoc, it was just a group, and I started that. I negotiated with our housing cooperative. They agreed. So these young men, they got some jobs on a daily basis. I mean, they were kind of retainers, for the cooperative. But then 6 months down the road, Jerry got transferred to Delhi, and he had to move from Mumbai. And so then I had to move too, so I left. And since this was something that I did with no intention of starting an organization or nothing of that sort, I was just acting out of my, should I say, my heart rather than my mind at that point. And so I used to go back to Mumbai every month or so, but it never worked. It died because those boys really needed hand-holding. They needed a mentor with them to take them along, you know. So
this education really worked as a detriment, because they had now cosseted in an institution where they learn certain skills, but they don't learn life skills at all, which they probably would have had they been on the streets.
That's what one of the boys said.
Right.
He said, you know, when I was on the streets, I knew how to survive. That survival skills is lost now. You know, that's what he said. So when I came to Delhi and we started living in Delhi, I decided that I won't go back to the academia, but maybe I'll start working with street kids. And
so did you go hunting for street kids here as well?
No, no. I was very fortunate. The UNICEF at that point in time had a Mid-India office, and they had commissioned a study to the assistant professor Nangia, who was from JNU, Praveen Nangia, and they asked me to join him. So the two of us did the first study, the situational analysis of street and working children in Delhi. It was the first study in the country. And it was a study that opened my eyes.
And what is the age group that you studied?
It was from that time there were kids as young as 7 on the streets, from 7 to 18 we did. And a great eye-opener. Met a lot of these kids. We interviewed a number of them. And at that point we realized that there were no programs for street children in the country. You know, so, and that was the starting for Government of India also to look and focus on street children, because UNICEF brought this whole, brought the focus of the government on street children.
Which year was this?
This was 1988 when this happened.
So it took many years really for right to education to come into being, and this ruling that children below 14 cannot work.
Yes.
So that happened much later.
Much later.
Right.
So that was the beginning of my journey, if I want to say so, with street kids, and then I decided that maybe even before I start an organization, I need to study more on this. So I was fortunate that I could visit 5 organizations in India. They were the pioneers who worked with street kids. Wonderful. I mean, the founders were wonderful people. They were so charismatic, and they were so generous with sharing all their challenges and all their learnings with me. I could also meet the children and the social workers, and those learnings is what I brought back with me. And that helped me to start the organization Butterflies.
बुक का कॉस्ट है 21 रुपीज़, 25 रुपीज़ है पेंसिल का कॉस्ट, पेन का है 20, फ़ौरन सारा मल्टीप्लिकेशन हमें वो दे देगा। ठीक है, सिर्फ पेंसिल से बनाना है आपको। पेड़ बनाएंगे पहले, आप अपने हिसाब से कलर कर लीजिएगा।
When you started the organization, you were again doing it alone.
Yes.
You hadn't formed a group or an NGO or some sort.
I started without first registering it, because I wanted to know how it will go forward, because it's very easy to register organizations, but then you do need to have a vision, a mission, goals and objectives, you know. So I needed that time to be able to explore that. And fortunately, my husband was a great support to me, and he said that I needn't, I mean, I should do what I want, or what my heart wants me to do. So
isn't that wonderful to have a partner like that?
Yes, absolutely. I really miss him because of, I mean, he was a tremendous support to me. At no point did he question anything that I wanted to do. He never wanted me to be a typical, housewife,
or a 9-to-5 job, or for that matter.
No, not at all that. And even the fact that we even decided not to have children.
Yeah.
I mean,
in fact, I wanted to ask you that was a huge decision not to have your own children.
It was. And especially, I mean, I think in his family, because he was the only son.
Okay.
But he told me that for him, he never felt it was important that he should leave behind a progeny to take his name forward or things like that. It didn't matter to him. And he said that if we want to be in the field of social work, the field of development, then you either go there to give your 100%, and if you have children, then your first responsibility is to your children, and you should give your 100% to them. And because parenting is an art and a science, and children need you. And one can see in today's world that how a lack of parenting skill, what it is doing to children. So it's a major responsibility. So you either do that and then do, a 9-to-5 job and, keep everything going, your family together, economic advancement, bringing in money and things like that. Or you choose to be in the field of social work.
But ironically, that's exactly what you're doing. You're parenting a whole lot of young kids.
Yeah, I haven't given birth to any, but I think as any parent, I've gone through a lot of parenting issues and heartache
with frustrations with them when they don't listen to you.
Yes. In the organization, what we did was that we should make it more. It should be a democratic organization. So when we say democratic, then children also have a right.
Which in itself is an unusual approach, isn't it?
It was when we began.
Right.
We didn't have the UNCRC then, and that came in later. So I remember when we used to speak about children's right to, to participate in decisions that are made on their behalf, it was seen like, what is she talking, I mean, what are you saying, that children should be deciding, Of course not. It's for us adults because we know best. But
little did they know that that's not how things work.
No. And it's not true, It's not that children don't know what is right and wrong. Children also, sometimes they come up with decisions that kind of, take you back, because get taken aback by some of the decisions that they make. क्योंकि ऐसा है कि कभी-कभी जो कहते हैं, जैसे एक बार था कि जब बच्ची ने, मैंने कहा कि पढ़ाई तो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, ऐसा तो पढ़ाई में ध्यान रखना चाहिए. तो ही सेड हाँ, वो मैं करूँगा, ही सेड. मगर ये से दीदी उसके साथ साथ मुझे काम भी तो करना है. माँ अकेली है और 2 बहन है, पिताजी तो नहीं है, तो वो तो भी तो करना है. सो आई नीड टू बैलेंस माई लाइफ.
और ये बच्चा कितनी उम्र का था
उस समय? तो वो 13 साल की
13 साल का बच्चा. इतनी बड़ी बात कह रहा है.
और यही तो और मुझे उस समय मालूम था कि उस समय ऐसा था कि चाइल्ड लेबर जो विषय था वो एकदम पीक में था. सब लोग कह रहे थे कि बच्चे काम नहीं करना है, which is it's absolutely right. No child should be working. Every child should be in school. They should enjoy their childhood. They must have the space and the time to play, and not be working, and there's no two ways about it, and there's no question of negotiating on that. But there were situations and circumstances where children were caught in this bind, where they had to support their single mother and their sisters to be able to bring in that extra money, but at the same time they were studying, so I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to take a moral stand at that point and say, no, you should stop working and, you shouldn't be doing that. It's difficult when you know that you need food on the table, God has given us a stomach and you feel hungry. You need to put some food inside. And how do I tell that child, for whom at that point in time it was survival needs rather than anything else?
And ऐसे में it's like a double-edged sword. एक तरफ आप कह रहे हैं आप काम भी नहीं करें, तो खाने के लिए फिर क्या भीख मांगे?
हाँ, that's it. या उन बच्चों को अपनी माँ बाप से do you take them away and उनको एक institution में डालें? क्या वो भी right है? क्या हम कहेंगे कि that is in the best interest of the child? कि वो so ये सारे है ना, they are all problematic issues, in a society like ours in it. So the kids that we work with now, all of them go to school. I mean, that's our primary aim, that and formal education. We did not agree with this whole non-formal education that some of the NGOs speak about. For us, that is utter nonsense. क्योंकि गरीब है तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम उन्हें शॉर्ट चार्ज करना चाहिए और नॉन फॉर्मल एजुकेशन दें. They should have the right to dream also, just like any other middle class kid. If a middle class kid wants to do BCA or MCA, Masters in Computer Application, why not a kid from a poor family do that too? Let him or her dream. But dream with your open eyes, and go and get it, and that's where we butterflies come in. We tell the kids that the only way forward for you is, and to get out of this poverty cycle and reach out for the dreams that you have, is an education. And study, concentrate on that. Get good percentage of marks, because today if you want to get admission in any college, you need 90% marks. So 67% is not going to help you, so you need to study.
Yeah.
And for that,
and also study opens up so many windows. The children understand what their potential is.
Yes.
Because a street child probably wouldn't think in terms of an MCA or any of the higher degrees, because he hasn't seen that world.
Yes, and we have kids studying that now.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, they're doing their bachelor's in computer application. One is doing chartered accountancy, wanting to be a chartered accountant. One person has done BSc nursing, and we have quite a number of chefs who did culinary, and one of them is a sous chef in Florida. And
in Florida?
In Florida, in USA.
Okay.
He went about 6 months ago. And so these kids, they were able to achieve their dreams, and therefore you need to support them. But along with that, like I said, education and life skill education go together. Just academic education is not going to help you. You need to have a life skill, and that is to be able to learn to understand yourself, your being, to understand the kind of decisions you make.
So how do they learn this?
We have a whole curriculum and a whole methodology of teaching these children. I must tell you that we also do yoga and meditation.
That's fantastic if you do that, because as a part of our program, we always insist on people being fit, and we have this little bit where we try to give yoga tips. So let's have a look at that.
Sure.
Let us start Yoga Sadhana with Chalana Kriyas, or loosening practices to increase microcirculation. Neck exercises, forward and backward neck bending. Stand in an alert posture. Keep feet comfortably apart and your arms on the waist. Exhale and bend head forward slowly and try to touch the chin to the chest. Inhale, move the head as far back as is comfortable and come back with inhalation. Right and left neck bending. Exhale Bend the head slowly to the right. Bring the ear as close as possible to the shoulder. Inhale, bring the head to normal position. Exhale, bend the head to the left side. Inhale, bring the head up to normal position. Right and left twisting. Exhale, gently turn the head to the right side so that the chin is in line with the shoulder. Inhale, bring the head to the normal position. Exhale, turn the head to the left side. Inhale and bring the head to the normal position. Neck rotation. Bend the head forward, trying to touch the chin to the chest. Inhale. Slowly rotate the head clockwise. While coming down, exhale. Rotate the head in anti-clockwise direction. Feel the stretch around the neck and loosening up of the joints and muscles of the neck and release of tension in the neck. People with neck pain and spondylitis should do the practice gently.
फिर तो मैंने उसकी धुलाई की ना, सारी इकड़ी निकाल दी। मैंने अपना उत्तरा निकाला, कर दिया। कहला भाई 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 प्लीज मेरी रैगिंग मत करो, मेरी रैगिंग मत करो। क्या राहुल? क्या राहुल?
सुसाइड कर लिया यार उसने।
हैं?
रैगिंग आपकी ज़िंदगी के वो हसीन पल छीन सकता है जो आपने और आपके पेरेंट्स ने आपके लिए सोचा है। आपकी ज़िंदगी और करियर आपके हाथ में है। स्टॉप रैगिंग।
मेरे लिए प्रमोद मेरे सबसे अच्छे दोस्त थे। मुझे लगता है ना कि मैंने तो वादा कर लिया पर प्रमोद ने मुझसे वादा नहीं किया, शायद इसीलिए वो चला गया। मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ कि आई एम अ प्राउड वाइफ ऑफ अ ब्रेव सोल्जर।
Well, those are fantastic yoga tips.
So the kids, because it's important to, first of all, you need to calm yourself down and to concentrate. I think yoga and meditation is fantastic. It helps you to concentrate, and that's something that we do. Along with that, we also help children to understand their emotions. Like, you get angry. Why do you get angry? Anger management is so very important. So that's something. Disappointments.
And as you said, there are always disappointments in the constant falling in love and falling out of love.
Yes, very much, very much. And then also the whole notion of masculinity, as boys. I mean, what is it to be mardan? And is it 6-pack and 8-pack muscles? Is it aggression? What does masculinity do to you as a person? तो ये चीज़ें भी हम सिखाते हैं। उसके साथ साथ जेंडर के ऊपर सेक्स एंड सेक्सुअलिटी ये भी तो सिखाना पड़ता है बच्चों को। द लॉज जो है हमारे देश में बच्चों के लिए, तो अगर कुछ हो तो आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि ये कानून है उनके लिए प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, तो वो कानून तो इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। और इसके अलावा इन हेल्थ एंड फिनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट ये दोनों भी हम सिखाते हैं। क्योंकि आप पढ़े लिखे तो हो सकते हैं, मगर अगर आपके स्वास्थ्य नहीं है तो वो क्या ज़िंदगी है। तो टू लिव सेफ एंड हेल्थी लाइव्स, तो इसके लिए हम लोग ने एक कोऑपरेटिव बनाया है, चाइल्ड हेल्थ कोऑपरेटिव। और बच्चे उसमें सीखते हैं हाउ टू प्रमोट प्रिवेंट इलनेसेस, बिकॉज ज़्यादा से इलनेसेस तो प्रिवेंटेबल है। तो वो हम सिखाते हैं।
कॉमन हाइजीन से ही बहुत
कॉमन पर्सनल हाइजीन, हाउ टू वॉश हैंड्स, वो भी। और बच्चे तो अपने साथियों को भी सिखाते हैं, अपनी मम्मी पापा को सिखाते हैं, कम्युनिटी में सिखाते हैं।
और आपके साथ लड़के तो ऑब्वियसली हैं, लड़कियां कितनी हैं?
लड़कियां तो हमारे संस्था में जो है कि अबाउट नियरली 45% तो लड़कियां ही हैं।
तो जो लड़कियों के साथ जुड़ी जो हाइजीन की प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उनको भी डील करना पड़ता है।
वो भी हम सिखाते हैं कि जब ज़्यादा से जब मेंस्ट्रुएशन के टाइम तो आप कैसे क्लीन रखना, हाउ यू शुड स्टे क्लीन एंड व्हाट यू शुड यूज़। तो इसके बारे में भी हम लोग सिखाते हैं। एंड देन द बॉडीली चेंजेस जो होते हैं ना, तो समझ में नहीं आते हैं इन लोगों को कैसे हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है। सो ऑल दैट वी सिखाते हैं। और हमारी चाइल्ड हेल्थ कोऑपरेटिव में एक काडर ऑफ चाइल्ड हेल्थ एजुकेटर्स भी है जिसको फर्स्ट एड हम सिखाते हैं, ताकि कि किसी को फर्स्ट एड की ज़रूरत है तो उनको भी मालूम कर सकते हैं। दूसरा है कि पब्लिक हॉस्पिटल्स, we only go to public hospital, government hospitals, AIMS, सफदरजंग एंड LNJP, यही तीनों अस्पताल में हम जाते हैं। और तीनों अस्पताल आई मस्ट से वहाँ की डॉक्टर्स नर्सेस सारे इतने सेंसिटिव है। आई मीन ऑल द years that we have worked, I think they are commendable lot of people. I mean I have no words to say, but such respect I have for them कि वो लोग और इतने हार्ड प्रेस्ड है फॉर टाइम, फिर भी अगर एक बच्चा है दे आर वेरी सेंसिटिव व्हेन दे आर एग्जामिनिंग द चाइल्ड, वो बताएंगे।
तो ये जब बच्चे जाते हैं वो कहते हैं कि वो बटरफ्लाइज के हैं?
हाँ, उनके पास आईडी कार्ड है और कहते हैं कि हम बटरफ्लाइज, हम चाइल्ड हेल्थ एजुकेटर है, तो तुरंत लेते हैं। और इन बच्चों की हेल्प से अडल्ट्स भी अस्पताल जाते हैं। क्योंकि अडल्ट्स को, क्योंकि सबको है ना अस्पताल से बहुत घबराहट होते हैं, मालूम नहीं कि किधर जाना है, क्या करना है। तो यही चाइल्ड हेल्थ एजुकेटर्स को बुलाते हैं और ओपीडी में उन लोग ही सब कुछ जो भरना है फॉर्म्स ये सब वही करते हैं। या पीडियाट्रिक की डिपार्टमेंट किधर है, या पैथोलॉजी किधर है, एक्सरे डिपार्टमेंट किधर है, ये सब इनको मालूम है। क्योंकि हम लोग ने क्या किया कि हम लोग एक एक्सपोजर विजिट्स होती है इन हॉस्पिटल्स में, एंड डॉक्टर्स एंड नर्सेज हेल्प इन एक्सप्लेनिंग टू देम कि एक हॉस्पिटल को कैसे हम नेविगेट करना है, you know. So they are very self-confident, lot of kids, and I must say that this health cooperative has today you have in 9 states in India there are NGOs who are running this health cooperative, and in 7 countries in the world there are this child health cooperative. And along with that we have the Children's Development Khazana, which is cooperative banking. It is actually financial management.
This in itself is such an interesting topic that I think we should take a break before we come back to this topic. हम बस अभी लौटते हैं।
क्या आपके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है? ग्राहक होने के नाते धोखा? क्या आप चुपचाप सहन करके बैठ जाते हैं या अपने हक की लड़ाई लड़ते हैं? मेरे साथ भी धोखा हुआ। बस अपनी शिकायत लिखी, अपोजिट पार्टी के फैक्ट्स और डॉक्यूमेंट्स के साथ कंज्यूमर फोरम में जमा कर दी। न वकील की फीस लगी और फैसला भी 3 महीने में आ गया। आप भी सोचिए मत, अपने हक की लड़ाई कंज्यूमर फोरम में लड़िए। जागो ग्राहक जागो।
वेलकम बैक। हम बातचीत कर रहे हैं जानी मानी सोशल एक्टिविस्ट रीटा पनिकर पिंटो के साथ, जिन्होंने बटरफ्लाइज क्रिएट करके ये स्ट्रीट बच्चों की ज़िंदगी को ही रंगों से भर दिया है। ब्रेक में जाने से पहले हम बात कर रहे थे ये जो खजाना आपने शुरू किया है, इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ अ कोऑपरेटिव बैंक. इसके बारे में बताइए, हाउ इट स्टार्टेड एंड व्हाट वाज द पर्पस.
कोऑपरेटिव बैंक का शब्द तो इस्तेमाल नहीं करना चाहिए क्योंकि वो बैंक नहीं है. वो सिर्फ एक प्रैक्टिकम है बच्चों के लिए कि कैसे एक बैंक कैसे चलता है. इसमें क्या होता है कि बच्चे 9 साल से 18 साल की किसी भी बच्चे को इस खजाना की मेंबर बन सकते हैं. सिर्फ 1 रुपया जमा करके मेंबर बन सकते हैं. उसमें
जो बटरफ्लाइज के मेंबर्स हैं वो कि कोई भी बच्चा आ सकता है.
ये तो ऐसा है कि किसी भी बच्चे को भी आ सकते हैं. अभी तो बटरफ्लाइज के ही बच्चे हैं फ़िलहाल, मगर हमारी नाइट शेल्टर में जब जो बच्चे हैं तो वो हमारी प्रोग्राम में शामिल नहीं है, मगर CDK में शामिल है, वो मेंबर्स है. तो इसमें तो है कि हर एक ब्रांच को जो है, जैसे कि हमारे में जो संस्था में 1 लाख रुपया की कैपिटल होती है जो एक फ़िक्स डिपॉजिट में हम रखते हैं. वो फिक्स डिपॉजिट में रहने से उनको इंटरेस्ट मिलता है. वही इंटरेस्ट ही बच्चों को जब उनको कुछ एडवांस चाहिए, जैसे कि किताबें ख़रीदना है या स्कूल फीस या स्कूल यूनिफॉर्म या मेडिसिन, तो यहीं से ही वो पैसा उनको एडवांस में चले जाते हैं. और उनके जो पैसे हैं वो बचत करते हैं. उनके पास तो 2 अकाउंट्स है, एक करंट और एक सेविंग्स. और सेविंग्स की पैसे तो निकालते नहीं हैं, मगर करंट को निकाल सकते हैं. और उनको जो भी बैंक जो इंटरेस्ट देते हैं वो इनको भी वही इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा, क्योंकि उनकी ये सारे पैसे तो एक बैंक में ही है.
तो ये लोग जब एडवांस लेते हैं किसी मेडिकल रीज़न से या किसी भी वजह से, तो क्या उसके लिए डू दे हैव टू पे एन इंटरेस्ट ओवर इट?
नहीं, कुछ इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. एक एडवांस कमिटी है, कुछ 7 बच्चे की एडवांस कमिटी होती है.
Oh, so children are involved in this as well?
Yes, वो तो उसमें तो ऐसा है कि the children could be as young as 10 and 11 who's in the advance committee, and as old as maybe a 15 or 16-year-old. But majority of the children in the advance committee have to be 14 and below, because we do not want the older kids to take over the decision making in the CDK. So there's a check and balance. तो इसीलिए ज़्यादा से एडवांस कमिटी में बच्चे तो छोटे ही होंगे.
Why do they need current accounts?
करंट अकाउंट इसीलिए क्योंकि जब शुरुआत में हम लोग ने ये खजाना खोला था तो हम लोग ने कहा कि आप सेव करो, पैसा मत निकालना, क्योंकि उसमें से क्या होता है आपको इंटरेस्ट मिलेंगे. तो बच्चे ने कहा कि भाई मगर दीदी ये तो नामुमकिन है, हमें तो पैसे भी चाहिए. तो ऐसा एक अकाउंट चलाओ जो चलता फिरता है, हम देते हैं चलता फिरता. तो चलता फिरता की मतलब तो करंट होगी. तो हम लोग एक करंट अकाउंट है और एक सेविंग्स अकाउंट है. 2 मैनेजर्स है, वॉलंटियर मैनेजर्स है, जिनको हम बेसिक बुक कीपिंग सिखाते हैं, जैसे कि कैश बुक, लेजर बुक, पासबुक कैसे मेंटेन करना है वो करते हैं. और जो भी बच्चा जाते हैं पैसा जमा करने के लिए, तो अगर वो कहेंगे कि 10 रुपया है मगर आप 8 रुपया करंट में डालो और 2 रुपया हमारी सेविंग्स में डालो, तो वो सेविंग्स अकाउंट की मैनेजर तो उनसे तो काउंसलिंग करेंगे, बातचीत करेंगे कि भाई आप ऐसा मत करो, आप है ना 5 इधर डालो और 5 उधर डालो, मगर नहीं तो आप पैसा उड़ाएंगे. तो ये ऐसे भी नेगोशिएशंस भी करते हैं आपस में, और बच्चे बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबल होते हैं. बात ये है कि डेमोक्रेटिक वैल्यूज़ ये लोग सीखते हैं इसमें. तो उसमें रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं. आप लड़की हो, 10 साल के हो, मगर अगर आप मैनेजर है तो आपकी बात मानना है. तो अगर आपकी एक मीटिंग है और एक जनरल बॉडी की मीटिंग है और छोटे बच्चे बात कर रहे हैं तो उनके बातें सुनना चाहिए. तो ये सारे जो डेमोक्रेटिक वैल्यूज़ जो है वो भी हम लोग सिखा रहे हैं इन बच्चों को कि इट इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट कि आप रिस्पेक्ट और डिग्निटी सबको देना है और सबकी बातें सुनना चाहिए. आपकी व्यू पॉइंट से अलग होगा, no problem, they can have a different views to yours, but they have every right to speak and say what they want to, So
and that is a very important value in today's day and age for children to have. to be able to listen to the
Yes.
other guy.
You have to listen, and you can take a vote and decide on what decision you want to take, but the dissenting voices have to be recorded
And respected.
and respected. So this is something that we a value that we are giving kids.
The value of money,
Yes.
that also is something that is being imparted. Like you said earlier, that when the children want to withdraw money from the current account, they are asked why the money has to be withdrawn.
Yes, because it's also to teach them that you must prioritize your needs,
Right.
and you need to budget. Now this is a life skill. How many of us adults do that? We get a salary, and by the end of I think by the first week or second week, practically everything is spent, or we use our plastic money, the credit cards to keep on buying. Whereas the children are learning that you need to prioritize needs. You don't need to be so materialistic every time. Okay, your friend has a fantastic fancy boot. It doesn't mean that you also need to have that fancy boot. You have a wonderful boot yourself. Now that's good enough. So you need to make these choices in life.
You gave a very beautiful example of wanting to go and watch a movie. First day, first show.
Yes, the kids, they would take the money, withdraw the money or take an advance because they want to see if it's their favorite star, the hero. So if it is his movie, then first show, first day, they have to see it. So what does it mean? That sometimes you need to buy the money in black.
Right.
Now, why do you need to do that? So there is the whole issue of, should you be a party to this culture of black tickets? Isn't that wrong? So you don't do that. Why spend so much of money on it? The movie is not going anywhere. It's just opened on Friday. It will be there on Saturday. It will be there on Sunday. You can go and watch it then.
Yeah.
Why watch it on the first day, first show? So these kind of negotiations.
And this also, along with the life skills, it also teaches you to be patient.
Yes.
फ्राइडे को नहीं देखो, मंडे को देख लो, टिकट सस्ती होगी, आपका ही फायदा है.
और ये भी मुझे कहना है कि जो हमारे बच्चे, ये जो CDK है, लेह लद्दाख में भी है, वहाँ के बच्चे क्या है कि सारे पैसे जो है जमा करते हैं, और फिर जब हाई स्कूल पास करने के बाद वो पैसा, वो जो कैपिटल है उनके पास, वो लेके वो लोग हैं, दे गो फॉर coaching classes when they want to sit for some test, like to get into a medical college or engineering college. You need to sit for test, competitive exams. So they use this money for those coaching classes.
तो उनके पास इतने पैसे जमा हो जाते हैं.
क्योंकि उनकी मम्मी पापा जो भी पैसे देते हैं, इट इज़ अनबिलीवेबल. वो सारे पैसे वो लोग एक भी रुपया वो कुछ खरीदते, कुछ भी नहीं खरीदते, सारे जमा करते हैं. हमारे पास दिल्ली में एक लड़का था, वो यूपी के हैं, अभी हमारे साथ नहीं है. उनकी एक सपना था कि उनका घर जो था, वो घर एक पक्का घर बनाना है, कच्चा था. तो उसने पैसा जमा करना लगा, and you won't believe it, in 2 years he was able to save 1,20,000 rupees. How did he do it?
That's quite amazing.
He stayed in our night shelter, so breakfast was provided for him. He didn't have to spend money on that. He went to school in the morning. In the afternoon he went and he picked rags, he worked, came back in the evening, did his homework, got dinner in the night shelter. He didn't have to spend money. Lunch he got in the night shelter, didn't have to spend money. His clothes, he would go to the Red Fort, there behind the banks of the Red Fort. Behind the Red Fort you have this open
Sunday
market,
Bazaar.
Sunday Bazaar, which is second-hand clothes.
Right.
So he would go there and he would buy the second-hand clothes, bought second-hand even shoes. He never spent money on himself. He saved everything. During the winter, when there was marriage season, he would go and be one of those guys who would help in washing up the vessels and whatever, and made money there. During the 3 winter months, during the marriage season, he made money, but he saved every penny. and he was able to buy, he was able to build that Pakka house for his family.
It is such an inspiring story, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That you know where to spend the money,
Yeah.
you understand the real value of money.
Yes.
The other thing that I suppose Butterflies also does is, or the children are doing, is checks and balances, because the children learn to have a certain integrity and honesty as well.
Yes.
How do you go about that?
One is that again in this life skill education program of the Khazana itself, if a member takes an advance to start a business, and if it's been approved and he or she gets the money, then the advance committee members go to find out how this member is faring in their business. Are they doing good, not doing good?
There is this very endearing story about
And
your
yes.
juice seller.
And there you would find that once they went looking, there was one member who had taken an advance to start a juice stall. And he was doing very well. He was returning the advances regularly. So the advance committee members went to see him, and they found that he had this little table in front, and he had a jug, and he had all these, fruits there, and he had his glasses, and had a white kind of a whiteboard said fresh juice. And it was good. It was tasty. There was lots of customers coming in, but these kids went behind the guy and the table, and they found that he had a bottle of Tang in it. And what he was doing is that he was putting Tang and just a little bit of fresh juice, but he was selling it as fresh juice. So they said, you can't do that. You have to say it is Tang plus fresh juice, because it's not fully fresh juice. So the boy said, but this is business. That's how you make money. He says, but you
That's
can't.
how the big businesses make money.
he said, sure, but you don't make profit by cheating people. So you please write there Tang. So they got him to write Tang plus
juice.
fresh juice.
What a wonderful lesson in business ethics,
Yes.
and of course in being honest and having integrity in one's own life, isn't it?
Yes, very much.
Where do you see Butterflies going from here?
Well, what I would really like to see is that I would say that we would have achieved, me and my colleagues, because it's just not me, it's my colleagues, a wonderful group of sensitive, passionate people. If the children could grow up to be honest citizens, tolerant, generous, respecting the law as well as respecting each other, respecting plurality, diversity in our country, I think we have done it, we have made it. Now, if you ask me what are we going to do in future, I think what I can see is that if the Khazana itself could get on to another level, another phase, wherein we would have entrepreneurs. And that's where I feel very happy that the government, today's government, is talking about skilling. And that's what we're going to be working on, so that we have a lot of entrepreneurs in India. India is open for entrepreneurship. So if we can have group enterprises, that's what we're going to work with.
What are the kind of activities that children participate in Butterflies?
Education, formal education, in sports, theatre. I forgot to mention that we also have a media program. We have a children's broadcasting program. It's called Butterfly Broadcasting Children, BBC. We have newspaper, health program.
And who sees the broadcast?
It's an All India Radio Rainbow station.
Okay.
It comes in that. Every Thursday at 4:45 p.m. The children, the BBC, it's aired. And we have health program, financial management. We also have a program which is mental health program for families and children who may be families who are in where there's a lot of domestic violence and or alcoholic parents. Then we do work with them, and with children who have behavioral problems and are at risk behavior. So we work with them too. We do casework with them, and we have a whole team of mental health professionals doing it.
What kind of health programs do you have for the children?
We have our health program is actually a cooperative. It's a child health cooperative, and children are taught how to live safe and healthy lives. But along with that, we do have a mobile clinic with doctor and nurses in it. We also have a health post where children who may not require hospitalization but do need still medical care, then they are sent to the health post where there is doctor and nurses to take care of them. And children who have been hospitalized but are discharged but still need medical care would come to our health post and be taken care of.
What is the future that you see for Butterflies now?
I think Butterflies in the last 28 years has shown in what children can do, and some of our programs have actually been have gone international, and I hope that if the Children's Development Khazana, which is a life skill education program, can be a part of the school education and be taken over by schools, that would be very good. Even the health cooperative by the schools. I see the skilling program, which the Government of India is very keen on. It's something which is so crucial and important, and Butterflies would be taking that through our CDK, training children to be entrepreneurs and to see more enterprises coming up. We would also like to continue our partnership with the Ministry of Women and Child Development, especially in the area of Childline, because Childline, I see it as one of the child protection program of our country. It's a program which is in 412 cities and districts of India, and about 1.40 crore children are covered by this Childline services, and we are part of that Childline services, and nowhere in the world you have such a service. So I think we would like to partner with government in trying to strengthen that program.
As it is, they say that especially in a country like us, which has almost a 60% youth population, that the moment the youth is empowered, we can see the country going great guns.
Yes, and it is because we have such a young population. Majority of our population is young, and so what we need to look at is that can they be educated, give them good quality education, give them life skills, which is so very crucial, and give them a trade skill, because everybody will not be a doctor, an engineer, an architect, or a scientist, but there are a lot of dreamers in our country who want to be entrepreneurs, and I think that's the way forward for us. And we hope through our Children's Development Khazana we'll be able to do that.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for being on the program today and sharing the dreams and aspirations of these children from Butterflies. Thank you for being on our program.
Thank you for inviting me.
And I hope you enjoyed the program. If you have any suggestions or comments, do write in to us at Aaj Savere @ddkdelhi.org.in। और इसके साथ ही आज के लिए इजाज़त चाहते हैं। नमस्कार।